So, yeah, I'll keep this live up. And if you want to know, thank you for the likes, by the way. This is traumatized at 2:30 in the morning. Hello, Chris and Kelly Park 07 and other people that's joined. It's not great. And then you got a troll in the chat with demonic. When people go through trauma, real trauma, internet connection's not stable. Anyway, go focus. There's a will, there's a way. Curb. Very bad connection. Yep. Home invasion. So, it's still left without door repair. Still stuff going on. Blessings and prayers, everybody out there needs some positivity and signing out.
To see you dance just one more time. So they say, dance for me, dance for me, dance for me. Oh, oh. I never seen anybody do ridiculous. I've been reading books of old, the legends and the myths, Achilles and his. Hi guys, today I'm going to show you how to rock a bottle by just using a pair of socks, any kind of bottle, and a ring to go on top. And that's easy. What you do, you get the first hole, you get the first sock, you fold the end of the bottle in half so it goes inwards. Then you get hold of the bottle, put the bottle inside the sock, like so. So you make sure it's there. Secondly, you get hold of the second sock, you fold it in half, you roll it up, you press it inside the other half that's rolled up. So now your bottle should look like a little sock or a little booty. And then nextly, you get hold of the little bow, take the end bit off, and you put it on top. You put it on top. There you go. That's a great Christmas present way how to wrap it. Hi guys, today I'm going to show you how to wrap a bottle by just using a pair of socks, any kind of bottle, and a ring to go on top. And that's easy. What you do, you get the first hole, you get the first sock, you fold the end of the bottle in half so it goes inwards. Then you get hold of the bottle, put the bottle inside the sock, like so. So you make sure it's there. Secondly, you get hold of the second sock, you fold it in half, you roll it up, you press it inside the bottle by just using a pair of socks, any kind of bottle, and a ring to go on top. And that's easy. What you do, you get the first hole, you get the first sock, you fold the end of the bottle in half. Then you get hold of the bottle, put the bottle inside the sock, like so. So you make sure it's there. Secondly, you get hold of the second sock, you fold it in half, you roll it up, you press it inside the other half that's rolled up. So now your bottle should look like a little sock or a little booty. And then nextly, you get hold of the little bow, take the end bit off, and you put it on top. You put it on top. There you go. That's a great Christmas present way how to wrap it. Hi guys, today I'm going to show you how to wrap a bottle by just using a pair of socks, any kind of bottle, and a ring to go on top. And that's easy. What you do, you get the first hole, you get the first sock, you fold the end of the bottle in half so it goes inwards. Then you get hold of the bottle, put the bottle inside the sock, like so. So you make sure it's there. Secondly, you get hold of the second sock, you fold it in half, you roll it up, you press it inside the other half that's rolled up. So now your bottle should look like a little sock or a little booty. And then nextly, you get hold of the little bow, take the end bit off, and you put it on top. You put it on top. There you go. That's a great Christmas present way how to wrap it. Hi guys, today I'm going to show you how to wrap a bottle by just using a pair of socks, any kind of bottle, and a ring to go on top. And that's easy. What you do, you get the first hole, you get the first sock, you fold the end of the bottle in half so it goes inwards. Then you get hold of the bottle, put the bottle inside the sock, like so. So you make sure it's there. Secondly, you get hold of the second sock, you fold it in half, you roll it up, you press it inside the other half that's rolled up. So now your bottle should look like a little sock or a little booty. And then nextly, you get hold of the little bow, take the end bit off, and you put it on top. You put it on top. There you go. That's a great Christmas present way how to wrap it. So, hi guys, today I'm going to show you how to rock a bottle by just using a pair of socks, any kind of bottle.
You to see, what you're working with, and then they go see a therapist. They go see different mental health professionals. It's not just
Stevie Wonder old ass definitely not making.
Thanks, by the way. Anything. You really like it. Okay, I'll put it from that one. 40. No. Yeah, 40. 18 to 20 months apart. I don't have to watch her all the time. No. I mean, she'll wander around the house. Most of the time, she'll just here. Hang on a second. Flip the camera. So she just came out of the bathroom, which you can see the door right there. Melanie, you want to watch some TV? Want to watch some TV before you go to bed? Come here. Come on, come sit down. Come on, Mel. Come on. Hey, Nick, you've got a lot of your pizza stuff on the floor. Get dressed and then come in here and pick it up, please. Alright, hang on. Let me flip you guys back around here. So she's gonna sit over there. These are fairly decent recliner chairs that we found. Somebody was throwing them away. So they put them like out for the garbage man. They had paint on them and stuff. But I cleaned them up real good. Thank you for the rose becks. Hey, Tanya. Thank you for the follows. Oh, yeah, they recline. They're leather. Can y'all see my comments? I can now. Sorry, go, Ladybug, please ask that question again. I'm right here. I'm watching for it. And I have half the followers or viewers that I did before. So I should be able to catch your comment. Aren't they adorable? No, I'm not getting those. Come on, keep going. Let her hold cart. Put her hands on the cart. Aren't they adorable? No, I'm not getting those. Come on, keep going. Let her hold cart. Put her hands on the cart. Hey, TikTok family. So, sorry I didn't go live. I will probably hop on for a little bit after I post this. Anyway, I want to show you our dumpster haul. It was crazy. So it made us late to dinner, which made us get home late. And then I misplaced my phone and couldn't find it. So Anyway, let me turn this around and I'll show you what we got. It's pretty incredible. So here we've got like these little lights. There's lights on these, and it looks like those are unicorns. We've got like a little water gun here. We have Pop Tarts. We have melts, like scented melts. Over here, we've got 3 bags of these. Dinner with a bunch of Italian men that were absolutely gorgeous. And Melanie thought so too. She kept staring at them the whole night. She's not muted because some of her stuff's showing. So it would either be censored or, which I think she would get a message saying it was. So she doesn't know what in the heck's going on. Nah, she's not playing with me. She's on my lives all the time. I would know if she was playing with me. Must be certain words. Yeah, it might be certain words. Hey, from the UK.
So you think it's so funny, do you? Your ritual abuses, psychological tactics, trauma. What this is, what they're doing to me, is this MK Ultra. Trauma-based mind control. Your demons, damaging and home invasions. Educate yourself.org, the gangstalking, Freemasonry links. Don't worry, your soul is already lost. You already damaged my bloody computer. Yeah, you're hacking everything on the internet. I'm getting no sleep. Traumatizing me. Reptilian shifting demons with soul catching perps. You trespass in my bloody home and you tamper with the bloody pipework and underneath the sink in my taps. Yeah? Cause a leak. Do you know that's trespassing? But we're not dealing with the flesh and blood, are we? I know you can hear me. We're not dealing with the flesh and blood. We're dealing with the brain interface technology. Oh my gosh. Full moon. You've got to do rituals and sacrifices and full moon, haven't you? Please, I tell you. The times we're living in. So dangerous.
December 14, 2020, in the United States. The first vaccine in the world was given in the UK on December 8th. And between these two eclipses, again, it's marking the first vaccine. But this is a sign for the entire world, not just a sign for the United States.
What is?
Okay, so here's a summary of everything we have found. Okay?
Where? Okay, you can see what, what's
two hybrid eclipses, and we found the middle point was the super blood moon over Jerusalem of July 27th and 28th of 2018. Then we found the information on the November 3rd, 2013 eclipse, which was.
Right, now I know. So there's a blood moon. Is that reference to day? Over Australia and South Africa with Antichrist. I heard that somewhere. I have to watch a movie and sleep in the day. And hope and pray that I won't get flooded. Let's see my phone TikTok again. Right, I've gone live again because I'm still awake. Right, do you want to know what life is like? Okay, so this is what we do in invasion. There's my computer. And let me show you where you can find evidence of this subject. So I'm just going to open another tab on this damaged laptop. I'm not going to buy another one because they're just going to damage another one again. Hello, how are you all? So if you want to know what I was talking about in the last live earlier, this is a website on TikTok that I share, right? James Casport was a super soldier. I bet you didn't even know what that's about. Bill Cooper in the 90s got out the evidence of everything I talked about earlier. Right. Can you see Project Bluebeam subject? Bush family. Can you see the highlighted mind control? Oh, by the way, Ted Goodstone. I have to hold this like this because I damaged my bloody laptop. I'm not like others out there. I share the truth. Right. So let me show you about Freemasonry and CIA. My gosh, let's have a look down here. I think you might want to have a quick nose at this one because it's all linked to Freemasonry, Knights of Templar, everything in the world going on. Can you see that? Dr. John Coleman, Story of Committee of 300. Look at the date of 2005. Did you ever know about this? He wrote a book, Committee of 300. And there's the details. And he took the lid off of the evidence. Okay. World domination plan. All that period ago. Okay. Here's more information. All this is about the world domination. Why do you think I get told this? Yeah, by the way. So what is the Committee of 300? Over a long time ago, this has been planned. And just sharing information if you might want to have a look. Okay. The story of the Committee of 300. Okay. There you go. Hello. So, are you waking up? Do you know the keywords? What is the Committee of 300? Now, don't you believe in mind control? The New World Order? That's all going on right now, isn't it? What is the New World Order? Isn't that keywords I don't want people to know about? There you go. How long is it going on for? There you go. There's all your evidence. You just need to look it up. Worldwide conspiracy now, is it? The one world government? It's black nobility of Europe dominated by the British Crown. Have you worked that one out yet? Okay. Do you know why? They want a depopulation by 6.5 billion people to 500 million. There's your evidence. And how they're going to do it. And what do I talk about? The 13 bloodline families. And who they are behind it. And what is that? Keyword. The occult societies, the Illuminati. The oldest team commonly used refer to the 13 bloodline families from the past to date. That's what it's all about. And then we go into this. Were you going to learn this in your Freemason Lodge, are you? Okay. The Illuminati pyramid includes, the Council of Three, the Council of Five, the Council of Seven, the Council of Nine, the Council of 13, the Council of 33, the Grand Druid Council, the Committee of 300, also known as Olympians. Okay. 1992, Dr. John Coleman published his book about this. Now let's see if his video is still on here. It'd be interesting for people to watch if you don't like reading. Who was behind psychologically? CIA, FBI, MI6, MI5. What was Tavistock Institute in London used for? Okay, that's in England, by the way. It was to use with the CIA, which to use the topic, to use the keywords conspiracy and other keywords and program individuals' minds, try mind control. And what was the intent of all this? To program and create trauma-based demonic program, NK Ultra Monic project. So So let me see, is a committee 300 and is that gentleman, if his video is still on this website. Educateyourself.org website, that's what I mean. Okay. Okay, let's have a quick nose and click on his link. See if the video comes up. Unfortunately, it doesn't. Is there somewhere? But anyway, one can look it up and realise that the world. Thank you for the light. Hello, by the way. And how are you all doing? So, unfortunately, when it comes to the subject and what I talk about, what I go through, is nothing new. It has been going on for a long time. Do you know why? Sadly, the gangstalking. This is serious stuff, you know, sadly. For those that are paid to gangstalk people, you need to look at another job. In bowls, you use multiple individuals, which I'm getting stalked, I'm getting harassed, I'm getting taunted as a victim, and they also vandalise my property. This can take place for many years, that's true, particularly since this is American terminology on here. Law enforcement, the statutes acts, and have yet to catch up with the reality of organised stalking groups. Techniques. Its psychological warfare are used against a target and well orchestrated attacks that often leaves the victim ridiculed amongst friends and family and business colleagues and work colleagues and community. It's so hard to believe, isn't it? But however, the targets are increasingly to the point that they cannot network with other people. That's me. And they block me from all contact to my family, all repairs to my flat, or access to house services. They break into my home, they damage my taps and cause me a leak today. And it goes on. However, targets are increasingly to the point that they cannot network. I mentioned that, and the tactics are everywhere. Increasingly are intended to weaken the target to the point of physical and psychological collapse. This is torture. The reasons why the individual is targeted varies. You could be a political activist. Others may have been in the wrong place a long time. But also, companies apparently have been known to hire people to stalk groups to silence them. People who were once in their employee. These stalking the gangs may be lied to about the target, thinking perhaps it's individual who needs to be driven out of town. This is what they're doing to me, Wiley. These stalking gangs may be lied to about the target. I said that, and that's what they do. The reasons are only limited to imagination. In some cases, according to David Lawson, an author of A Terrorist Stalking in America, the individual has done nothing wrong. Okay. But it's also simply used as a practice target or example to others in the group to show what can happen to them if they are angered in the group in some way. So this serves to keep the members of these stalking groups tied to the group through intense fear are becoming a target themselves. And it's such a terrifying prospect because of the gang stalking members are intimately aware that the lives of the target are utterly destroyed. For more information, which I'm going to click on this link, so you can go and read up yourself if you want. The website's on my bio. If it shows up, I'll get hacking or not. 24 likes. My taps are damaged on the pipes and I can't get them fixed. This is what they've done to me. Can you see that website there? And you can tell I'm getting hacked. My main connection there. My main internet into my home is completely hacked, despite all the software protection. And they've damaged all of this at the bottom. And while that's loading, I'll show you. Out of town. Yeah. Might not go to town on this. But anyway, I won't take that off. I'll put some more black tape on this. Broken it. So I've got to secure this somehow with some tape. So it's late in the morning for me. They've really, really upset me. I need a miracle. If any plumbers out there, DM me. If you're in England, DM me. And if you're cheap, not too expensive, for perhaps a video consultation to help me out to stop these bloody pipes getting any worse. Because I am not getting my lawful right to repairs that I rent this platform. And the taps are both, because my disability, I need these bloody taps working. I'm looking at, the only other tap I've got is a bathroom tap for water. I've got bottles of water. At the moment I've got plenty of bottles of water supply. So I'll be using that instead of the taps. And I've got, good job I've got buckets. But I don't want to flood. I've got medical equipment. It's health and safety in it. So, medical equipment for my disabilities. You know, this is all part of it. They invade your personal life. And they don't, I'm really sort of like struggling tonight. So, I just thought I'll show you that website so you can comprehend why this subject might be of interest if you don't know it goes on. You see, if you think you're just I'm trying to stop my laptop getting any worse. I can't close the lid. What was I saying? Remind me if you're in the chat if you want to repeat what I just said, because I can't remember. I get so traumatized. Simone, is it? Simone? Hello. How are you all? I need virtual hugs. Send me your virtual hugs of positivity. I need that today. I'm on a bad time of it. How are you all doing yourself? You're doing better than me? Because this is not a pleasant life. It's not a pleasant life being subjected to all of this. Hello, Jay, and you're using letters. How are you? Just give me a new life. I need a new life. I need a new life. I need a new beam me up to the beautiful peace and tranquility away from all this chaos in the world. Because I've had enough. Does anybody else feel like that? The way the world is at the moment is just like, I want to just psychologically get at you, lie, just mess about with your personal life. I'll keep going. It's a full moon, by the way. Why do they like to do the rituals of full moons? Any answers? Because it's very demonic. I'm just me trying to survive like anybody else. If you're going through like yourself, I'm sending prayers and blessings to you too. What do they say? Forgiveness against your perpetrators? What does it say in the King James Bible and Psalms? As I walk through the valley of, I fear no evil. Around the pound of the Lord's Prayer. Do you know the Lord's Prayer? Let's see if I can find it once I've got this sorted out. The Lord's Prayer. Let's see if I can do a search. Do a Google search, shall I? I don't know how to use it for. I can't think to use the voice activator on it. The Lord's, I'll do see a video then. My face is swollen up, got an infection in my tooth. The Lord's Prayer. The Lord's Prayer. No, I didn't say that today. Google. Right. Find the Lord's Prayer in the King James Bible. That didn't work. AI can't recognise my voice. Find the Lord's Prayer in the King James Bible version. Appointed time return. Okay, let's have a look. Meaning of the Lord's Prayer. Let's have a look. The video the devil never wanted you to see. The Lord will fight for you. Psalms 91. Yeah, the Lord's Prayer. Memorize audio scripture reading, the Lord's Prayer. Back to it. Let's have a listen to this one.
There was a moment there where I really thought it was going to be.
Welcome to Grace Digital Presentation. The Most Teach Us to Pray. This is the prayer that he taught them. Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us day by day our daily bread, and forgive us our sins, for we also forgive everyone who is indebted to us. And do not lead us into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. Luke 11:2-4. Jesus' disciples knew it was challenging to learn how to pray effectively, so it was no surprise that they asked Jesus to teach them to pray. The book of Acts and history bear record that they learned well from Jesus. They learned how to pray so well that they saw the gospel reach out to the extremities of the known world in its transforming power. And when we learn to pray in the manner Jesus taught his disciples, we too will see our prayers answered in a mighty way. Jesus had a wonderful concept of God as his Father. It was because of his...
Let's do this other one.
We're going to be in Matthew, but we're going to go back in time to Matthew chapter 6. I often do this when we're doing a communion Sunday. Sometimes I'll take a break from our regular study. We're going to be starting in Matthew chapter 23. Can you believe it? Next Sunday, Lord willing, but we're going to be in the 6th chapter of Matthew today. It's been so long ago, I'm sure that you don't remember exactly what we went through. But it's the Sermon on the Mount. We're going to talk today about something just very, 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 very practical. And that is just, I mean, there's nothing more practical, I don't think, than prayer. And the subject of praying, also something that we don't take nearly as much advantage of as we ought to as believers. I sure hope we don't stand before the Lord one day. I mean, when the Lord comes, I really hope that that's not our regret, that we're kind of like, didn't spend enough time praying, you know. But Jesus talks in this passage about prayer, and it's prayer. It's a message on prayer that is given to the body of Christ. This is not given to people in general. There were a lot of things Jesus said that were given to people in general. This isn't one of them. The Sermon on the Mount was given to the church. It was given to Christians, to born-again believers. And it is to you that the wonderful privilege of prayer, talking to God, has been given. And he begins in verse 5, if you look with me there, Matthew chapter 6, verse 5, and he says, and when you pray. Did you notice that Jesus didn't say, and if you pray? He starts off taking it absolutely for granted that you will pray, because this is the birthright of every Christian, to talk to God and pray. I love the fact that he just assumes that we're going to do it. Absolutely. He says, and when you pray, you must not be like the hypocrites. Now, the word hypocrites is an interesting Greek word that is actually a similar word for actor and actress. And it speaks of a mask, because sometimes in drama, they would actually put a mask over their face during the drama presentation. Now, we don't do that today, but the whole idea is the same. You're acting like someone else when you're in a drama, right? And that's what Jesus is saying. When you pray, don't act like someone else. Be yourself. You know, and we'll talk a little bit about that, but he said, don't be like a hypocrite, for they love to stand and pray in the synagogues and at the street corners that they could be seen by others. Actually, when we get to Matthew chapter 23, which hopefully again next week we'll get into that chapter, Jesus is going to be denouncing the religious leaders for this very thing. They love to get up in church, and if for them it was a synagogue, or they like to be on street corners, they just start praying. you and I would probably get a little freaked out if somebody just started loudly praying on a street corner. But in their culture, they considered it kind of a sign of spirituality. You know, oh, aren't they eloquent about the way they pray? And oh God, you know, sort of a thing. You know, that just gets you just kind of just I'm going to get the goosebumps going here, sort of a thing. He says, don't do that, because all you're doing is you're doing it to be seen by others. And frankly, that is one of the characteristics of the religious leaders in Jesus' day. They were all outward. Now, it was all for show. Now, when I actually pray with people, I find this not so much to be the case with modern day Christians. In fact, um, would you say that it's pretty accurate for me to say that most Christians don't want to pray out loud? Would you say that's probably the case? I think praying out loud is really intimidating for a lot of people, and even if it's just, especially in a big room, but even if it's just like two people, I've sat down here in the front row on many occasions with people after a service. We'll be talking, and they'll just kind of say, "Well, why don't you just pray, and I'll agree with you here." And I'm just trying to get them to kind of, voice this thing that they have on their heart or whatever. And they look at me, the eyes get really big, and it's kind of like, no way am I going to pray for you? And often what they'll do, though, is they'll just simply say, I don't know what to say. And really, that isn't true. What they're kind of saying is, I don't want to stumble over my words in your hearing, because I'm not an eloquent prayer. You know, big fat deal. Who, God doesn't need your eloquence. What he wants is he wants your heart. And I get the fact that that's intimidating to do in front of people. I get that. And I don't force a person to do that. If they kind of freeze up when I say, well, why don't you pray and I'll agree with you. Then if they do one of those numbers, I would say, okay, all right, I'll pray and you agree, and we'll, we're still praying together and so forth. But the reason people struggle with praying out loud is because a lot of people struggle with praying, period. I mean, let's just face it. We struggle with prayer. Can I tell you something? Been pastor in this church for over 23 years. I've been a pastor for 30 years. Prayer has been the biggest struggle of my Christian walk. Hands down.
Hello,
The biggest thing that I've been challenged with is staying on course, praying. It's hard. It's a battle. It reminds me of wrestling. And I was sharing in first service that wrestling for me doesn't have a very positive connotation, because I grew up with an older brother, and we shared a room for the majority of our time at home. And he was always bigger than me, and he was always stronger than me. And because we were always together, he had plenty of opportunity to, beat me up. And he seemed to kind of enjoy it, actually. And so I think of wrestling, it's like, hey, Paul, let's wrestle. We have to, because I knew how I was going to turn out. He's going to put me in a scissor lock until I can't breathe, right across the midsection. That's what he wants to do.
Australia, Northwest,
until I'd either cry or yell for mom or, whatever the thing was, just to get him to stop. But that's my recollection of wrestling. So when you talk about wrestling, but isn't that kind of what prayer is like? It's like it's a wrestling match. And I don't really like going into a wrestling match. But you remember when Paul was ready to the collide?
All right.
So Australia has a solar eclipse.
$1.99 is a good price. You will see that price from here to there. $2.99. Yep. In here, 19 minutes. They start the eclipse. In the meantime, hey, Becca loves Jesus. Good to see you, Dan. Great to see you as always.
So what is
Mike
this?
McCabe, where you been, bro? Roxanne Miller, great to have you. Franco, always my.
hymn. Let's see if I remember this. Hymn songs. Can't spell. Have a look. An original hymn song. No, hymns. Hymns. I spelled it wrong. Hymn. I can't spell. I'll have to Google it. Play hymn songs. Look. No, not hymn song. Right. Play religious hymn songs. Hey, you're my baby blue eyes. Just close your eyes. That's not it. Search for religious hymn songs. Yes, found something. Let's have a look. Old hymn songs. Let's see if I remember our church hymns. I don't want that one. Amazing Grace. Oh, I know that. I don't recognise some of these. Is that a real name? Halloween Nurse? I don't recognise them. So let's have a look. Let's have a listen. Old hymns. I like this one. I might recognise this one. Let's try this one. Amazing grace, sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Blind, but now I see. Amazing Grace. Hallelujah. Hello, David. Amazing Grace. Hello, Galway. How are you? Total eclipse. Biblical times in Australia. Time of enlightenment. Time of awakening. This is quite an interesting mix of hymns, actually. Jesus. You're hacking my busy phone. Hacking my computer. Right, they've hacked my computer. What's much I've hacked into my internet.
Do you have a big call of God on your life, but don't know what to do to make it into a reality? Maybe.
We're going to be in Matthew, but we're going to go back in time to Matthew chapter 6. I often do this when we're doing a communion Sunday. Sometimes I'll take a break from our regular study. We're going to be starting in Matthew chapter 23. Can you believe it? Next Sunday, Lord willing, but we're going to be in the 6th chapter of Matthew today. It's been so long ago, I'm sure that you don't remember exactly what we went through. But it's the Sermon on the Mount. We're going to talk today about something just very, 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 very practical. And that is just, I mean, there's nothing more practical, I don't think, than prayer. And the subject of praying, also something that we don't take nearly as much advantage of as we ought to as believers. I sure hope we don't stand before the Lord one day. I mean, when the Lord comes, I really hope that that's not our regret, that we're kind of like, man, didn't spend enough time praying, you know? But Jesus talks in this passage about prayer, and it's prayer, it's a message on prayer that is given to the body of Christ. This is not given to people in general. There were a lot of things Jesus said that were given to people in general. This isn't one of them. The Sermon on the Mount was given to the church. It was given to Christians, to born-again believers. And it is
From moments of awe at masterpieces to laughing
And
to
it's open
cry with your
confidence
tour guide,
logging
make
into mine.
memories to get your guide. Unforgettable travel experiences.
Collaboration is key for team success. With ClickUp, you can easily manage your team's tasks and timelines in one app. Using our Gantt chart feature, you can map out your team's tasks and set dependencies to ensure everyone is on the same page. Adjust timelines, change colors, and add more tasks as your project progresses. ClickUp's Gantt chart feature makes project management a breeze, so you can focus on what really matters, collaborating with your team to achieve your goals. Say goodbye to multiple apps and hello to seamless team collaboration with ClickUp. Get started today.
And between these two eclipses, again, it's marking the first vaccine, but this is a sign for the entire world, not just a sign for the United
Blocking
States.
me out my bloody
Okay,
pen.
so here's a summary of everything we have found. Okay, up until now, we've got the two hybrid eclipses, and we found the middle point was the super blood moon over Jerusalem of July 27th and 28th of 2018. Then we found the information on the November 3rd, 2013 eclipse, which was right over the village of Barack Obama, linking from the United States over to Kenya, and the eclipse time of 2 hours and 16 minutes, once again confirming the Antichrist 666. Then we have the eclipse over Australia, and Obama was just in Australia. The other thing we have is
Check the printer settings in Windows 7.
1727 days.
On the Start menu, click Control Panel.
727 in the Greek is a sudden snatching, and 727 in the Hebrew. Now we have the information of the two great American eclipses over the United States, and in the middle day of December 14th, 2020, marking the first vaccine in the United States, a sign for America, and between the blood moon over Jerusalem and this hybrid eclipse of April 20, 2023, the middle day is the first.
Check the printer settings in Windows 7.
Of December 8th.
On the Start menu, click Control Panel.
So we have the signs for America.
Click Hardware and Sound.
World, and I would say all of this.
Click Devices and Printers.
Else we've already shared previous to this is confirming that we have found.
In the Printers and Faxes area, right-click the appropriate printer.
Do you have ears to hear what the Spirit is saying to the churches? Are you ready for the return of Jesus Christ?
No, these
I pray you
ends
are blessed.
sound
This is
down.
Steve Fletcher with a trumpet for my people. The sign of his coming revealed.
Working up to Friday, so catching kittens. Hi, Michelle. Hallelujah. Now this is Black Ops Operation Milan Military.
Check the printer settings in Windows 7.
Hybrid directory.
On the Start menu, click Control Panel.
I've just been hacked into my computer.
Click Hardware and Sound.
Absolutely soldier.
Click Devices and Printers.
Of the prophet Jonas.
In the print.
This is the line of sign of Jonas. And I am not Steve Fletcher. The trumpet
I am
for my
trying to get in to my computer.
But he
Come on.
answered and said unto them,
This is you.
an adulterous generation seeketh after a sign. There shall be no sign given to it,
Right
no
in
sign
the face.
of the prophet Jonas. Two great American eclipses.
And the times are
21st, 2017, and April 8th, 2020. In the United States, a sign for America, December 14th, 2020. December 14th, 2020. Also another solar eclipse. South America, 3 eclipses all over America. And the middle day was the first vaccine. From the last hybrid eclipse, November 3rd, 2013, to April 20th, 2023, the hybrid eclipse that's going to be happening tomorrow and Thursday. The middle point was the super blood moon over Jerusalem of July 27th and July 28th, 2018. 1727 days.
I hacked in my phone.